Well, established in 1930 and still growing strong, the Western Golf Association's Chick Evans Scholarship Program recently selected its latest round of recipients headed for Indiana and Purdue universities, with much of their educations paid for. Bill Benner has more in this week's Inside Indiana Sports. Bill?
Gary, thanks. And the numbers really are quite impressive. More than 10,000 Evans Scholars alumni nationally, and nearly $400 million provided toward tuition and housing costs in his existence. And the scholarships are available to young men and women willing to work as caddies during high school, while also demonstrating academic excellence, financial need, and high character. And joining us today is a former Evans Scholar himself and also a director of the Western Golf Association, Vince Saul. And Vince, it's great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
A long-time friend. This is Evans Scholar. Many of my friends are Evans Scholars. This is a tremendous program. It's been around for a long, long time. Generally, what is the criteria if you want to pursue this?
Well, believe it or not, it's to be a golf caddy. First and foremost, you have to be a golf caddy. It was started by Chick Evans in the 1930s, who was a golfer himself, and he was not able to afford his second year of Northwestern, so he dropped out, started a fund with his mother with the winnings that he had made from his amateur golf career. And so he started sending kids to college who were golf caddies. And you have to have financial need, you have to have outstanding character, and you've got to have good grades. And so if you reach those three criteria, we always say let's find that kid and put a bag on his shoulder and get him or her to college.
And this is open to young men and women, and throughout the state of Indiana.
Correct. It's a national program. It's based in Chicago, but in the state, we've got caddy programs up in Merrillville and South Bend and Elkhart and Fort Wayne and Terre Haute all the way down to French Lick. So boys, girls, they don't even have to know anything about the game of golf or how to caddy. We will teach them all of that, but truly a statewide opportunity. And if you get the scholarship in Indiana, you can use that scholarship for a 4-year full tuition scholarship to either Indiana or Purdue.
And that's a serious chunk of change of anybody any parent who's written those checks before. You just went through the interview process, selected 14 recipients from throughout Indiana?
That's right. This year applications were up, which is a great positive sign for us. We had 44 applicants across the state. We chose 14 as recipients of the scholarship, and they come from 11 different clubs across the country. We had applications from 17, so there's a lot of places for young people to get involved across the state.
It's important to note that, especially if you want to get involved, you have to be a caddy for at least a couple of years. Is that correct?
2 years, yeah. Thank you. It's you apply for the scholarship in the fall of your senior year of high school, and we require that you caddy for a minimum of 2 summers. So the ideal time to start caddying is after your 8th and 9th grade. Once you get into the summer after your 10th grade, it's still possible, but you're going to have to really commit yourself to it.
Important to note, the BMW Championships, which have been at Crooked Stick in 2012 and 2016, a huge amount of the proceeds for the Evans Scholar Program is generated by that event.
It is. We are privately funded by just private donations, but also our flagship event is the BMW Championship. The Evans Scholars Foundation is administered by Western Golf Association. We say that we do championships and scholarships. So the scholarship part is the Evans Scholarship. The championship part is the golf tournaments that we run, one of which is the BMW Championship. In 2016, we raised a little north of $3 million for the scholarship alone, which is a huge deal.
And really important, I think, to note, the Evans Scholars, they have a 95% graduation rate and a cumulative GPA of 3.3. So these are outstanding young men and women.
Impressive. I'm glad I got mine a while ago because I think they've upped the standards a little bit.
And again, it's important to point out this is all tuition and
tuition, free
housing.
Tuition and housing for 4 years at one of those 2 universities, and so we say it's one of the best kept secrets, unfortunately, in the state of Indiana. We've got more scholarships to give than we do have kids applying for the scholarship right now, so it's a great opportunity.
And I got to believe the interview process, that's got to be daunting, because you walk in front of a group of strangers and you got to talk about yourself.
I still remember my interview day. You walk in behind a podium and you field questions in a press press conference style manner, and it's pretty intimidating for a young kid.
All right. As we wrap up, if you're a young man or a young woman, even if you don't play golf, but you're interested, where do you learn more?
You go to our website, which is wgaesf.org, and from there you can click on Caddy, and there's a Caddy Club locator on there. You can punch in your zip code and see where the clubs are in your area that you can caddy.
All right, Vince Saul, director of the Western Golf Association, financial advisor in his day job. We thank you for being on the show, and kids, this is a real opportunity out there for you. Gary, back to you.